Hey everyone, it's Sunny. Welcome back to my channel. What is even happening? I can't believe that I'm like sitting down to this video but here we are. I don't know. Well, I really thought that I could be like succinct and articulate in this. A girl was kidding herself. I feel like just saying like thank you besties is like such like a juvenile. Yeah, welcome to like my first Q&A to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. What the heck? Oh my gosh, even funnier, like if you know me in real life, like offline, like, you would be cackling in your seats right now. Like this is the funniest thing ever because I'm like the most internet scared person. Like my stranger danger radar, it's like through the roof. It's like so out of left field for me to like have created a YouTube channel and get like 1,000 people like listening to me. Like it's so out of pocket, so bizarre, but like in the best way possible. This channel was like a passion project that was conceived and birthed through like the COVID panoramic. I never thought that it would become something where there's like 1,000 people here. Oh my gosh, I can actually like go with the first question. And thank you to everyone who submitted questions. Like I didn't think that anyone would because I was like, who's like curious to learn about this random chick? But yeah, thank you so much for like submitting questions. Who would have thunk it? I would not have. So the first question was, how did you start your channel? Let's get into my origin story right now. It's not much of an origin story, like who do I think I am? But basically, well, I have been like watching booktube. Like my YouTube recommended for many years would literally just be booktube and it'll be like so out of left field. Not many people in my life know how much I like to read. So like if anyone saw my YouTube recommended, which nobody ever did because that is like bearing a part of your soul, you know? I don't want everyone to see me watching a million TikTok compilations that make me feel single as a Pringle. Anyway, oh, what I actually did is I started like a second Instagram account. I just thought that it would be fun to like document my life like during the pandemic. I would like make time lapses of me like cooking and like pictures of like what book I was reading and then like talking about the book. Just because I had no one to talk about books with, I would just put on my Instagram. Did you know that there's actually like a character limit on like an Instagram caption? I didn't know that, did you? The only way that you would know that is if you hit the limit, which I did when I was writing like my short little like review of These Violent Delights by 𝐸𝐭𝐬𝐭, which was very upsetting. So then I was like, oh my gosh, my mind is so rampant with thoughts. I was just laying there at like 2 a.m. that night and I was like, let me join booktube. Yeah, and then I put my first video up. It's still up on my channel. I hate watching my old videos, by the way, but I don't think that I'll ever take that one down. It has such a special place in my heart. But yeah, that's how I started my channel. Never in a million years did I think that I would even get like 100 subscribers. I remember when I got 100 subs, I was like mind blown, and then I couldn't think about it for too long because I have stage fright. Anyway, another question that I got a lot is what are you majoring in, or like what are you studying in school, and then also what school do I go to? I'm in my undergrad. I'm going into my 3rd year. I'm in the health sciences program. Within my program, I'm in the child health specialization, and I go to McMaster University, which is this like small university in Ontario because I'm Canadian. I'm all about that Canadian life. Oh, okay, I like this question. Best reading drink / snack combo. I feel like basic is best here, and I just love a tea. I don't drink coffee, by the way, which is a shame. I want to be someone who like sleeps in a shirt that says like, don't talk to me before I have my coffee. Like, you know those shirts? Like I want one. I feel like that's like peak adulthood, but maybe I'll get one anyway. I'm like a fake fan for a lot of stuff. Yeah, just like tea. Oh my gosh, someone asked Myers-Briggs personality type. I am an INFJ. I wish that I was someone who is like amazingly knowledgeable about personality types and enneagrams and like astrology and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not. Makes me feel like I failed my generation. I'm an INFJ. Okay, someone asked, what's the worst book you ever read? I made a video about this. Ever, I would say that is probably Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and then recently Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. Someone asked, what is your biggest life goal, bookish or not? P.S. I love you, always and forever, Laura Jean. In terms of books, I think that a lot of people want to like be able to be published at one point in their life, and I think that that would be like such a dream come true for me. It's not something that I'm actively pursuing right now. Like I don't have plans to be an author, even though I did in middle school. Everyone else who liked to read in middle school, you wanted to all be like authors, draw warrior cats like in our sketchbook. I actually never did that, and I feel like I missed out. You know, the more that I read books and the more that I get older, more that I like am in the book community, the more that I realize that it's actually really hard to be like a fiction author and do it right. I think that it would be cool to like publish like a memoir or something like that, like some kind of non-fiction, a bit more personal, so that if people hate on my book, they're just kind of being mean to me. You know what I mean? I feel like there's more of like a shield around it. And then in terms of this channel, I never had big plans for this channel. Like I said, like I really did it. Like I really created this channel at like 3 a.m. at night, secretly. Now that I've like have plans to continue it, I think that a big goal of mine would be to like host like a book club or something. I'm like too scared to do it by myself. I think it's a goal of mine to like stay in this community and then like be able to start like a fun, low maintenance but like still fun like book club with like other booktubers and everyone can read it together. Like I think that would actually be so fun. And then someone asked, when is your birthday? That's so sweet. Thank you for asking. My birthday is June 25th, 2001. I'm an 01 baby. Fun fact, that is also the anniversary of the start of the Korean War. That was a fun surprise to learn in front of my peers in the 3rd grade when we all read a news article about the Korean War. Yeah. Oh my gosh, YA book princess, which by the way, such a day one. Oh my gosh. What is your pre-filming routine? Do you have one or do you just sit down and film? Let me think about what I did just now. What I do is I wait for an empty house, first of all. I feel awkward like filming in front of my family. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get to campus in the fall and I live with housemates. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I wait for like an empty house or like a house where no one is awake. And then I just sit down and I film. That's it. Oh wait, sometimes I put lipstick on when I look like a zombie. Right when I wake up in the morning and you just have like a good sleep and you're like dehydrated as hell, like wake up and you have freaking pillowcase marks on your cheeks and my lips are like the same shade as like my skin. I put some lip tint on really quickly. That's about the extent of maintenance that I do. But you guys know that I'm a very low maintenance person. Are you pro DNF or against? In general, I don't have a lot of like strong like opinions. Very much like team like let people live. If people want to DNF books, dog ear book pages, or if people don't want to do that, that's great. Yeah, so if you want to DNF, do it. If you don't want to, then don't do it. Personally, I DNF books if I feel like it. And someone asked, what is your favorite book ship of all time? Oh my gosh, every book that I mentioned in my The Only Books I've Ever Given 5 stars, every single couple in those books. Gosh, do you know how people are like character-driven readers, plot-driven readers, theme-driven readers? I feel like I'm like a ship-driven reader. If nothing else, I will read entire multi book series just for like one slow burn couple. I'm a character-driven and relationship-driven reader. It's very rare that I find like a couple that I'm so obsessed with. I feel like I either am like indifferent or there's like no in between. I'm like very hot and cold about it. And then someone asked, who do you watch the most on YouTube? I feel weird like shouting out specific booktubers just because there's no way that I'll be able to shout everyone out. Like, oh my gosh, hi everyone. Now I'm like editing this and realizing that was kind of like a goofy answer because the person who asked this might have been looking for more booktubers to watch. So right now I'm going to name some booktubers that you might like if you like my videos. So I'd recommend Lily C. Reads, the funniest person I've ever seen ever. I'd recommend Dana Days. She's like a very like thoughtful reader, high energy, you know. I'd recommend Yasmin Be Reading because she's also just so funny and like has like a chill, funny energy. I'd recommend Hannah's Book Your Studies. I feel like we have similar sense of humor. Like she always cracks me up. I recommend Pages of Haley because she also cracks me up. I recommend Steph's Court of Books because she also cracks me up. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like if you vibe with a person's humor, like you kind of vibe with their personality. So I'm just like naming booktubers that I vibe with their humor and maybe like you would vibe with them too. I recommend Lala Loves Lit because she also cracks me up. Yeah, these girls are just literally the funniest like booktubers ever, which is why I think that you would enjoy them. And obviously there's more, but like I'm gonna cap it at that. But yeah, everybody's in the description by the way. But there's like, do you know how there's so many like niche communities on YouTube? I don't know, I do like a little like Costco sample taste test of like many different communities. I love like watching movie commentary channels like Trin Level. I love watching like social commentary / like video essays. Like I love watching Khadija. Oh my gosh, I love watching film analysis videos. There's this one about cinematography for Jurassic Park that I've watched like 10 times, I feel like. Every time it comes up on my recommended, I rewatch it. And then also, do you know on like Spotify Wrapped, they tell you like if you're in like the top 3% for like an artist. I guarantee that I'm in like the top 0.01 viewership for Gordon Ramsay's YouTube channel, specifically the one video where he goes and like harvests caviar from these sharks. And then also this one Facebook video about this like family business for making mozzarella. I've watched that video like 80 times, I feel like. I like to dance. I watch a lot of like different dance studios. Oh my gosh, I love watching like Korean study YouTubers. Does like good notes, planner, journal and stuff. I love, oh my gosh, I love watching those. Gosh, I love watching Psych2Go videos. Oh my gosh, I love watching TeacherTube, like kindergarten teachers, like vlogging their like teacher day. And then honestly, mostly it's like booktubers, small booktubers. I feel weird like shouting like people out and not shouting other people out. But chances are, if you've commented on one of my videos and you have a small booktube channel, chances are that I have gone on your channel and watched a lot of your videos. Oh my gosh, Hannah. Hannah says favorite struggle meal. Oh my gosh, guys, everyone go subscribe to Hannah right now. This girl cracks me up. But yeah, favorite struggle meal. I love eating like unsalted soda crackers with literally anything. I love unsalted soda crackers just because I like the taste of like plain flour, like plain wheat. Apple, tomato, olive, cheese, literally anything. I'm like not a picky eater, by the way. Like people give my university campus food so much flack and I have to like pretend that I'm like on board that, but in reality I'm like so aggressively indifferent. I just like really am not a picky eater at all. Someone asked if you can make a relationship comprised of my favorite tropes, which ones would you choose? It depends on like real life versus like in the fictional world. My taste in men is so different. In real life, it'll probably just be like, I don't know, probably just be something very mundane, like friends to lovers, the nice guy with a stable job. That's the trope that I want. And then in fiction, it's probably like the emotionally unavailable cutthroat guy with enemies to lovers. All the toxic tropes, probably that. Dana says, love me. 당근이지. Oh my gosh, if you want the most like quality video for your sub, you know, like the biggest like bang for your buck, go watch Dana, because oh my gosh, she is like a masterclass in like creating aesthetic vlogs that I could never. What an inspiration. She is my Pinterest. 나중에 우리 꼭 서로 보자. 사랑해. 응원해줘서 너무 고맙고 항상 응원한다, Dana. Okay, and then someone asked, was there a case when you liked the movie or TV show better than the book? Oh my gosh, literally so many. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that's great. Like I said, you're gonna very soon find out that I'm like very indifferent about a lot of things, which makes me like kind of a boring booktuber. I feel like I don't have like too many like hot takes about stuff. I rewatch the Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner franchise all the time. Oh my gosh, Flipped. I think Flipped, probably one of the best like book to movie adaptations I've ever seen. And then someone asked, so random but favorite food. I think strawberries are my favorite fruit. And then favorite food is probably some kind of Korean food. This is so random. I really like haejanguk. And then I also really like tansuk. Someone asked, when did you start reading and what was the first book series that I read? I started reading in elementary school. I feel like most people do, like when you're assigned books to read. Read Rainbow Magic. Oh my gosh, shout out to Rachel Walker and Kirsten Tate. I read like the original, like the OG, like the color fairy. I had the edition where it was Saffron the Yellow Fairy, but another edition was Sunny the Yellow Fairy. That's when I first felt representation. And then in middle school, when I really got into reading, it was Percy Jackson. I was a Percy Jackson girl, and I was someone who wanted to be the demigod of Demeter, like the harvest goddess. I thought it would just be such like a tranquil life, being like a farm girl. And then someone says, what is your favorite line of book dialogue ever? That's actually so hard. Recently, I rediscovered the line from The Infernal Devices where Will Herondale says, it was books that made me feel that perhaps I was not completely alone, or something like that. And then that really hit during this panini. It says, any tips for someone wanting to start book journaling? If you have one. I do not have a book journal. I have like a really low maintenance book diary, which is literally just like this plain black notebook. And I just write down like quotes and passages that I really like from the books that I read. Sometimes I write like pages on pages. Like I said, I'm a very like ship-based reader. So if there's a couple that I really like in a book, chances are that I will like literally copy down word for word every single interaction that they have in the book. Like, do you know on YouTube when you can find like an hour-and-a-half compilation videos of like this one couple of like a TV show, and it's like they have a whole movie and it's just their interactions in every single episode? It's like pretty much that, but in a book. By the way, I love watching those on YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube channel 𝐸𝐻 is another YouTube channel that I love watching so much. Someone asked, favorite Six of Crows characters? 𝐸𝐻 and then Kaz. Friends to lovers or enemies to lovers? I think enemies to lovers in like fantasy, and then friends to lovers in contemporary. And what other hobbies or passions do you have besides reading? I really like art. Recently, I've been trying to learn like digital art, like because I got an iPad last semester. I mentioned this before, I'm on the dance team at my school. I joined that last year. Before that, I never really like danced like seriously, I guess, or like invested any time. But recently, after that, I am low-key like the worst dancer on the team. So I need to like boost up my confidence. So I've been trying to work on that as well. And recently, I've been trying to learn guitar just on my own, just because like singing a cappella, I feel like is such a death sentence. That's it. What other passions do I have? I feel like being in college kind of smothers out a lot of your passion. So yeah, I'll like get back to you. Kind of running long here. I don't want this video to be a million years long. I think that I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for asking questions. Thank you for 1,000. Ow, I just hit myself. Oh, I had a latent reaction to it too. That's even more embarrassing. This channel is hands down like probably the best thing that I've done in a long time. Just like uploading my first video, and like, oh my gosh, it's just like so strange to me because I never thought that I would have the community here that I do right now. I do not take it for granted at all because I full well know that without this channel there would be absolutely no one that I could talk about books with and fangirl like this to, and it's such like a precious like part of my life. I do not take it for granted at all. I'm so lucky enough to have like the means and resources to have opened this channel. Yeah, thank you so much for watching me. It boggles my mind that people think that what I have to like say is interesting enough to like want to keep watching. Like that's like really weird because I personally don't think that I'm that interested. It's so bizarre to me every single time someone subscribes. Like it's bizarre, but like I said, like in a wonderful way, and this has done like wonders to like help me out during like a tough time. So thank you so much for that. Every single time you guys like comment or like DM me and stuff, it genuinely like makes me so happy. Like you have no clue, and I'm just very happy. I'm very grateful. I wish I was more well spoken, but yeah, thank you. I will continue to be grateful. I swear to God, if I like lose any of my gratitude, you guys like drag me through the mud, do it. You guys are the best and I love all of you, so thank you so much. I'm gonna go eat an apple now, probably with unsalted soda cracker. Thank you for making my day always, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.